Welcome to the Powerful Marketing Tips Podcast, created for overwhelmed business owners who want to build, run, and organize their marketing for good. How to attract the right talent for your business. Today's guest knows all about that. Tina Harvadet-Piera is a headhunter based in Brussels, Belgium. Tina is AESC certified. That stands for the Association of Executive Search Consultants. And she's focused on working with multinational companies with global recruitment of international talent for senior level positions. By the way, Tina speaks 9 languages: English, Swedish, Portuguese, Estonian, French, German, Dutch, Finnish, and Russian. Can you believe that? Well, that is what I call impressive. And we're about to learn some of the biggest mistakes from her that companies make when they recruit talent, as well as some good tips on how to approach the right talent.
I am so excited about today's episode because this is the first time when I'm interviewing my countryman, but not in our native language. So I am very proud to introduce to you all Tina Harvadet-Piera, who is originally from Estonia, but now lives many, many years in Belgium. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you so much, Marilis, for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, Tina. So the topic we are going to focus on today is how to attract talent with LinkedIn. But before we start, please tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do and how you ended up in Belgium?
So I work as a career strategy consultant and a headhunter. So I help companies to find top talent and attract people to their companies. And I've basically done it for the past 20 years, working in the executive search industry. And like you said, I was born in Estonia, but I moved to Sweden with my family when I was 12 years old. And I learned Swedish as my second mother tongue. And after the experience in Sweden, I moved to Austria and then to Belgium. So learning new languages and getting to know new cultures has really helped me in the recruitment business because companies, multinationals need international talent. And the best way to connect with them is to have the cultural awareness that one size doesn't fit all. So we are all different, and how to approach it, it really has helped me to find candidates.
That's great. And Tina, I know that you speak 9 languages. That's crazy. Let's be honest. Of course, it's of course in a good way, right? So pretty much, I would say anybody who is listening to this episode can reach out to you in their native language, right? Can you please tell us what are the 9 languages you speak?
Well, in my work, I use Swedish, German, French, Dutch, also Portuguese and Estonian. And the most passive languages are Russian and Finnish that I don't use that often.
But still, 9 languages. Oh my God. I personally don't know anybody who speaks so much languages. So for me, you are a true hero.
But coming from Estonia, we need to learn all the other languages. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to communicate with others. So I think that has been an advantage and also an obstacle. So it was always out of necessity that I learned the other languages. It's not because I like to suffer and learn lots of grammar. It's because I really needed the language at a certain time. And that was the force, because it's embarrassing to make mistakes. And that's what we do always when we learn something new. But every language becomes easier because there will be a lot of learning experiences, so you're already prepared and you know the phases, and also some vocabulary you get for free.
I so get it. That's the beauty of when you come from a small country like Estonia, you just need to know other languages, and of course that's a great thing to learn all of those languages. So let's talk about LinkedIn, which is your passion really today. So how would you say, for whom and why LinkedIn is very important today? Because the way I see this, yes, they started, as a recruitment platform, but today it seems like LinkedIn is more of the place where we, connect and share and learn all of those, let's say, business to business relationships more, the most. How do you see LinkedIn today?
You are so right, Marilis. It used to be a CV database, and I joined in 2005, 17 years ago, when I entered the executive search business. So it was really a database. But like you said, during the last years, it has become a social media platform with emphasis on social. And actually, it's the way we met. It was through Canadians and people from the US, so second, third degree connections who introduced us. And that's why we have the conversation today. If it wasn't for LinkedIn, and if it wasn't that we were sharing our knowledge and building relationships with others, we wouldn't have met. And that's the beauty of LinkedIn nowadays.
You are so right. And it was kind of funny, I would say, how we met, because you may expect that in a country like Estonia, we have 1.3 million people only. You may expect that we all kind of know each other, but no. I met Tina thanks to LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let's talk about this recruiting side of the LinkedIn, because nowadays we talk about mostly about this social part of LinkedIn, right? How to build your personal brand on LinkedIn and how to build your company pages on LinkedIn and so on. But let's talk about this recruitment, really. How would you say, what are the, I don't know, biggest mistakes or biggest even success stories you have seen when companies are recruiting through LinkedIn today?
I think the success depends on two things. So first of all, the keywords. Keywords is something that's written on a job description, so that when you're looking for talent, you know exactly what the person has to know and which background, which studies, and specific tools that they have used. And all of that everyone can fill out on their LinkedIn profile. And LinkedIn has become more and more advanced over the years. I use a specific tool that's called LinkedIn Recruiter. So I have access to all the profiles on LinkedIn, even the people I'm not connected to. So all 800 million users. And through keyword search, I can find talent anywhere in the world, because I work with global positions and bring talent from Africa and from Asia to Belgium. So it's really the main tool for recruiters. And if you fill out your skills and assessments in a correct way, you can be found by any recruiter in the world. And the latest update that I saw this month is that now I can choose specifically candidates who have completed a skills assessment test, and that will put them on the first page of my search. So from 50 pages of candidates, you will be on the first page.
So there are two things, actually, keywords and skills assessment test. You need to pay attention first.
Yeah. And the second thing that is important is there is war on talent, and companies were used to that. It was the companies picking and choosing the best candidates. It's not the case anymore. We need to change the way we reach out to candidates in a more personalized way. So nobody wants to be contacted with an automated message sounding like a robot. You really need to read the candidate's profile and connect with them as human beings and show that you have read their profile and show interest. So it feels that this message is really sent only to me and not to 500 other candidates.
Wow.
That what needs to change the mindset, how you reach out.
So you really need to be authentic. It's not like I'm just trying to reach all of those people, but I want you specifically.
Exactly. It's not like throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what will stick. You need to make it personal, because the top candidates are contacted by hundreds of recruiters every year. So you need to stand out as well and make a connection, human connection. To
be very honest, it really sounds like a lot of work, because it sounds like very time consuming, actually, to find for those people and to really connect with them and to build those relationships. Of course, I agree. That's, by the end of the day, it's worth it, right? But is that something that you do for your clients, that you really kind of do this first round yourself and you try to understand who are the best candidates, and then you are taking those to the table of the client you are working with?
Exactly. That's the way. I'm the person who connects the organizations and the talents, because internal recruiters, they do so many other things. They have other HR responsibilities like onboarding of the new candidates. I interview candidates all day long. So this is my core business. I reach out to them. I build relationships with them. I talk to them at least on 3 different occasions, normally 1-hour conversations, and send several emails and messages before I even present them to the hiring manager, just to be sure that there is a cultural fit and that they will be able to do the job, because it's so important to present the right candidate for the company. And they trust me because we have long work relationships. They know that I will bring them only the people who are fit for the job and save time for them.
But let's talk about those right candidates, really. Because you mentioned already the cultural difference, but I assume that there may be also those generational, let's say, differences even, because I would say that there are already people there are already people who are not only looking for a salary. They want to make sure that there's values that are aligned with my own values, and your organization needs to be a place where I can advance my career. This is the place where I have those opportunities to learn new skills or take new challenges and so on. So I think that's a two-sided road, really, right?
Definitely. And it's so important that the candidate feels that they are in the right company as well, that they go through the process step by step, evaluating every interview, if it's going in the right direction, because I know the hiring managers and the company from working several years with them. I know which cultural match would be a good one, but also the candidate needs to realize that and have the time to reflect on it. And there isn't a better way to say that this company invests in people than showing the hiring manager's LinkedIn profile. You can see their career in the company, how long they have stayed, which are the different internal promotions they had. This talks much louder than just empty words saying that we value our people in the company. So it's really a two-way assessment, and my job is to know and see the match, because we give a 1-year guarantee that the person will stay in this position. So I really need to know their deepest motivations and their core values, and understand what is their passion, what drives them. Only then I can see if it's a good fit.
So what I hear you saying is, if I am the company who wants to hire you, I need to walk the talk, right? Because if I don't do that, then you don't want to collaborate with me.
I am not a magician. I can only help you through the process, but it's so important, for example, for employee branding. If the candidate goes through the process, it's a green light to meet the HR or to do the online assessments and then to meet the hiring manager, that there isn't a too big time delay, because you can say we're really interested in you, but if somebody needs to wait for 3 weeks between the steps, it gives you totally different signals, and you really want to have this momentum going in the right direction. Because the moment I speak to a candidate about a new career opportunity, they are contacted out of the blue. They are not actively looking for jobs. So I plant a seed that they will start looking for new opportunities, and maybe understand that in their current organization, there isn't space for growth. The only way to do it is to look for external opportunities. If you already have that thought going through your brain, there is nothing to stop it, to make you stay. So it's really powerful what we can do with our words and the hope and the aspirations. So that's very important, because we're dealing with people's lives and also their families' lives if we're bringing them to Belgium from different continents.
So let's talk about this employer branding, really. What are the do's and don'ts there? Because what I just heard is that you also connect with people who are not looking for a job, maybe even for this second. So you want to be sure that, the company is really attractive for them, so that they would even consider, changing their position or company or even country, as you said. So what are the, let's say, do's and don'ts you need to consider before you start really recruiting?
When we talk about employer branding, the first thing people think about is the colors and the images. That's not what is important. It's, of course, it makes a difference, but that's not how people make decisions. For example, if you're decided that you're working with an external recruitment agency, you need to also interview the people to see how they are representing you, because the way I talk to you, I will also talk to the candidates. And there are two different kind of recruitment agencies. The ones I work only with exclusivity. So I'm the only person reaching out to candidates for this position. And there are other organizations who choose to work with several different agencies, which it's called no cure, no pay. So the one who finds the candidate first gets paid, the others don't get paid. I don't work that way. And it's very, very damaging to your employer branding, because what signals are you sending out? If you're contacted by several people for the same position, it's very confusing, and it doesn't feel like exclusive offer to you. If it's several people, several companies, then it feels like, yeah, anyone can get that job. I work with confidential projects that are not announced anywhere on job boards. It's jobs that sometimes can be confidential or delicate circumstances. So it's really finding the right candidates and not going with the quantity, but really quality, doing more research before reaching out. Because people get very annoyed when they are contacted for a position that's not the right level for them. If it's too junior, then they get the impression that all recruiters are like this and don't get back to them. So it's important to first see the fit and then reach out.
That really circles back to the spaghetti stories. If several companies are trying to engage with those people. So that's very good. Quality before quantity. What else comes to your mind beside the colors and the and the beauty?
It's very much how people are treated, and we are used to seeing on LinkedIn all those like company pages, all this corporate content. People actually connect with other people. So if you have a great company culture that's transparent, that's open, not that hierarchical, you have company events, you post pictures of you cooking together. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see the corporate stuff that they see anyway on the company website. They want to see who are the people who are working there, the diversity, would I fit in? That's what people want to see. That's really how we connect, and that kind of content is very, very helpful.
That's very good. What you just brought out. I'm doing some notes here, so I'm not just looking down. I'm sorry, because when we talk about how to build your company page on LinkedIn, right? We talk about how to have this strategy there, and too often companies want to only talk about the products or services or our value propositions and so on, or the business side of this. And I know when I interviewed Michelle Raymond from Australia here, and she talked about how to build your company page on LinkedIn. And I remember she mentioned that I think it was third post should be about the people behind the scenes, what you're doing together. Show this vibe, what you have there, because people really want to see you, what is happening there, and how it feels like to work there, how fun it is, how much you enjoy working together. And that really brings a very good argument, for us, for people who are taking care of marketing side of the business, that, okay, this is also one thing why you should include that, because you never know when you need to hire someone and you want to show them that we have done those things. That's very good, Tina. Yeah, go on. I enjoy that.
And also showcasing your clients, because they are humans, and their experience, because it's so much better when somebody else talks well about you instead of you bragging. So that's also showcasing others, and how you brought value and how you helped them. That's so important.
So this social proof of what you're actually doing, because it is much more valuable when others are saying something nice about your company, not yourself, right? We all know that.
Exactly. And the same goes for your personal profile. I always look through the whole profile. I don't stop at the experience. I look through the skills and also the recommendations. Not only the recommendations that you have received, but the recommendations that you have given, or the lack of them. Why the recommendations that you have given are interesting? Because there I can read the natural language, how you talk, what are your values, in which projects were you involved, how you collaborate with other people. You're giving a gift to other people by writing a recommendation, but also doing yourself a favor. So I highly recommend to take time and write those recommendations to your colleagues and people whose collaboration you enjoyed.
Wow, that's a very good one, Tina. I've never thought of that people are also looking for what you give, those recommendations. That's very strong. Thank you for that. I would definitely go and check what kind of recommendations I have given to it.
And it should be a balance as well. If you're only receiving and not giving any, that's also an indication. So
of course,
have that in balance.
Oh my God, there are so many great things already. Is there anything else I should go and check on my LinkedIn? Not that I'm looking for a job right now, but still, that's a good thing that I've never thought of, how it really shows me, this way, as you are talking here right now, that it really gives you a feeling of a people, who is only asking for those recommendations, but never gives themselves, right? I hope I have a good balance there. At least I think so right now, but I will definitely go and check that. What else? Do you have any other?
And also, like you said, I'm not currently looking for a job, but Marilis, it can change overnight.
You never know, yeah.
Like during the past years, how many people who have been made redundant because of reorganizations and also the pandemic, that people who have excellent personal reviews, but just because of one division in Europe was let go, everyone is overnight almost unemployed. And then it's too late to start with the networking, because we need to be proactive. You don't fix the roof when it's raining. You need to do it on constant basis. Like when I see that all the recommendations were given during the past month and nothing before the first 10 years, then it's like, this person only reaches out when they need something. But if you have a recommendation every couple of months, just to keep the flow, and you don't come through as desperate when you only start reaching out to people. But if you build your thought leadership over the years, if you're helping others when they need a new job, you mention their name in the room when it's needed. That's how the networking works. So you start by giving before you ask for any favors.
I love that, because we should always, build relationships before we need them. That's one of my mantras as well.
Exactly.
So Tina, please tell us, how should people get in touch with you? Because I'm sure they now want to do that, and they also know that pretty much half of the world can reach out in their native language. So please tell us.
The best place to connect with me is on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm active on LinkedIn daily, so send me a message and I'm happy to connect.
Well, you have shared some great inspiration, that's for sure. And I know that people will want to get in touch with you. So tell me, do you have any final thoughts to really wrap it up for our listeners here today before we go to the inspirational side of the interview? I mean, I'm sorry. It has all been very inspirational. I said it very wrong way. I'm sorry. Before we go to the song and quotes.
Great. What I see that many people do on LinkedIn is that they are keeping the network closed. So it's not Facebook. People on LinkedIn are not your friends. They are connections.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the new connection will bring to you or to anyone in your network who would need to come in contact with this person. So what's the point of having a network if it's not open? It's like a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
It should be open, and feel free to reach out to new people and invest in those relationships. Get to know the people who are in your network instead of getting huge numbers. Really get to know them and ask how you could help them, because that's the way to build the network, and that has really inspired me to reach out to more people and get to know new people.
That's very well said. So we should all really build those relationships before we need that. We need them because we never know when we might need them.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Tina. It's been great. And last but not the least, please share and comment now on the song and the quote that will be added, to our list for our Powerful Marketers community members. And this is something, that inspires them as well. So please share with us.
So the song is Tina Turner, Simply the Path. It's of course the name, but also when I say to candidates before they go to a meeting, especially online virtual meeting, where you don't have the direct connection with the people, you need to bring your energy. You need to, because through the screen, it doesn't go through that well. So you need to articulate the words, I'm interested, I'm motivated. And when you have the energy, then it comes through much better. And I think this song, it makes you smile, it makes you want to dance and feel good. And when you feel your best, that's how you will present yourself best as well, during a job interview or for a client meeting.
That's a very powerful song. It always kind of turns you on, It's like always want to dance. Thank you. And what about the quote?
So we rise by lifting others. I think it's so important. We have been so privileged that we have had the opportunity to study and to live fulfilled lives with careers that we have chosen. It's so important to share it with others and lift others up. That's the only way to grow. So I'm always so happy if I can help somebody with tips of their career strategy and practical tools, and also mindset, how to get to the next level. That makes me the happiest.
Wow. That is so powerful, really. So I really appreciate your time, Tina. And I am so happy we met thanks to LinkedIn. And thank you again for your time and for your insights. It was very inspiring. And, keep on lifting others because we really need people like yourself. So thank you, Tina.
Thank you, and see you on LinkedIn.
That's all we've got for this episode of the Powerful Marketing Tips podcast. Make sure to link up with us at our free monthly international mastermind event. Just go to powerful-marketers.com/mastermind for registration. And one thing that would really help us and other new potential listeners is if you would rate this show and leave a comment wherever you tune in to listen. Until next time, take care.